All right, everybody, welcome to the Swiss Army Nerd Podcast. This is the Cock and Rod Connection Sports Talk. We're excited. It's been a few weeks, I think.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Welcome back to the flagship.
Yes, the flagship is here, and we're excited. We have a ton of sports stuff. So much. We're going to miss some stuff, but it's going to be awesome. We're excited. I don't even think we got to really talk that much about the Super Bowl fallout.
No, there were some vacations and then some technical difficulties.
Yes.
So everything's fixed. We're back, and we'll be here next week as well.
Yes, we're back on our normal schedule every Thursday, so we'll be good. Sports Center, around 6, 7. Either way, we're so excited, so we'll just dive into it. We'll do some NBA, then NFL, and then we'll clean stuff up with WWE. Usual. So we'll go into the NBA, which I'm excited about right now. We're getting to the playoffs. As a Lakers fan, you can't be too excited.
I'm used to this feeling.
I guess that's actually true. That's a good point.
I was the only one when we signed LeBron that was like, we're not making the playoffs. Like, the team's garbage.
I mean, it's actually really, in my opinion, as far as the Lakers go, it's both sides. It's LeBron. He should not have came out and called his team out publicly. That doesn't ever work.
No, it doesn't help at all. That just makes more drama.
Yeah, and then especially because they're all young kids, millennials, who can't deal with, problems. And on top of that, the effort's not there for the young guys because they're all pissy that they were going to be traded. But it's a business. Unless you're maybe 5 names, you can be traded. Yep. Isaiah Thomas was traded after he was almost MVP. It happens.
Shaquille O'Neal was traded.
Yeah, Shaq, one of the greatest to ever do it, was traded. So no one's invincible. I mean, it's just opportunities. Like, look at what happened with what's his name? I can't blank. He's out with the Nets right now, but you guys used to have him. I can't think of his name. But he went to the Nets, and now he's phenomenal. He actually made the All-Star. So just because you leave certain teams, it doesn't mean your career's over.
Russell.
Russell. Yes, Russell.
He wasn't important enough on the Lakers to remember.
Either way, he ended up getting traded. D'Angelo Russell. He got traded because he was snitching, but even still, he went. Now he's a big fish in a small pond. He looks incredible, and he's going to get a huge payout out of it. But
we'll see.
He will. I mean, the Nets have nobody else, so. Either way, I think it's both sides. I think management messed up by making such a huge... They weren't ever going to trade AD. So they played all of their cards, and then the Pelicans were just like, okay, dummies.
Except you're going to lose him for nothing in the summer. Congratulations, Pelicans. Good job.
I do think the Pelicans messed up. I would have took that trade if I was Pelicans owner.
Yeah. You got a whole team for a player.
Yeah. And now they won't even play AD because they don't want to risk him getting injured.
And did you see AD scored a bucket for the Lakers?
Yeah, I did see that.
Jeremiah Tubbs says, hey, welcome back, guys.
Hey, what's up? It's good to be back. I definitely think the Lakers' issues aren't as simple as LeBron or the young kids or the team. I just think it's a mess, and they need to work itself out. Clearly, LeBron wants AD. The management wants AD. Who wouldn't want AD? Those kids aren't putting the effort. You called it, I think. Ingram has no energy. He just doesn't care. Lonzo is a bust, in my opinion. Kuzma's fantastic, but I think he's also caught up in the drama of I was almost traded crap.
He is. The thing that pisses me off about it is it's the first year. And I get it. It's a bunch of young players in LeBron James. Anyone thought LeBron was coming to this team, this team was better than the Cavs last year, you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
A lot of great young upcoming talent if they're coached right, yes, down the road they could be an amazing team.
Absolutely.
But it's just that's not it. The chemistry's not there yet.
It takes time.
Look at when LeBron left Cleveland the first time and went to the Heat. Everyone, not one, not two, not three. I mean, I get it, but it took them, 2 years to finally get that chemistry?
Well, yeah, the first year they made it, but they lost to the Mavs. They choked, and it fell apart at the wheels. They won it in the second year, but it was, forced. It was not easy. The third, fourth year, they really got to chemistry.
Yeah, it's going to take time, and I don't, next summer, half of the Lakers squad's not going to be there. I think you're going to lose Ingram. I hope we lose Ball. There's going to be a lot of names that are not going to be on that team. I hope they can manage to keep a Kuzma But I mean, I'm not going to complain if the Lakers go out and sign AD and Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Bye, Kuzma.
Yeah, Kuzma, I would love to see him stick around. I do like him. I think he's going to be a star. But when you have the option to get a AD, a KD, a Klay, those kind of free agents,
You pull the trigger.
Yes.
You just do.
And if Lakers fans, like I read a lot of the comments on, and I watch First Take, and they're all kind of piling on LeBron and the Lakers. I don't know why anyone expected them to go far. They don't have a number 2 superstar. They don't. Will they eventually? Yes. Do they now? No. Kuzma's a great player. He is not an AD, a Klay, a Steph, any of these guys. None of them are going to win by themselves. So that's what I don't understand. People were expecting the Lakers to be this magical team and make the Western Conference final. Get the hell out of here.
As soon as the news broke, I was swimming and Freddie's dad's pool, and I hear my phone go off, and I was like, I'll check it later. And 10 minutes later, I got up and I looked, and you just blew my phone up, said, LeBron's going to L.A.
Yeah, which was
and then
exciting.
as soon as that happened, the next day on SportsCenter, everyone's like, there's no way the Lakers don't make the Western Conference Finals. You out of your mind? Do you forget who plays in the Western Conference? Like
the best teams.
Sludwood says, "Hi, Sticky."
Oh my god.
Sludwood's joined the chat.
Great. Glad to have you, bud. No, but I agree. Everyone got on. I love LeBron. I'm a fan of him, but he's not God, and he can't force the team. Did he do it last year with the Cavs? Yes. He drug a bunch of dead players, but that was in the East.
But two things. One, I agree. It was in the East. The teams are horrible in the East.
Horrible.
You got one good team, and that's Boston. That's
it was Boston. Now
yeah.
it's Bucks.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. But the other one is, yeah, Cleveland wasn't a great team. It was basically LeBron, but you had a lot of seasoned vets that knew what to do. LeBron is playing with a bunch. Like, I think the oldest person on their team is Ingram at 24.
Yeah.
Like,
They're kids, man.
Yeah, you got a bunch of young kids that are trying to work together. Like, when do kids ever work together?
Yeah, never. It takes time, and that in the sports world, everyone's like, no, now. It doesn't work that way. What's up?
Jeremiah's says he saw the Lakers game where Ball tried to act like Curry.
Yeah.
Didn't make a single shot.
No.
Joshua Halpenny says, "Welcome back, boys."
What's up, man? Appreciate the love.
I'm related to him.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyway, keep going.
That's a family love. With the Lakers, and this is the last bit I think we'll say about it. I'm sure he'll come back. But as far as LeBron and them goes, just be patient, and that's something that I don't think Luke Walton is a coach.
He's not. He won't be the coach
He
next year.
has to go. He's younger, or he's a little bit older than LeBron, but not by much.
Maybe we can pull Kerr from the Golden State
Yeah,
Warriors.
who knows? Honestly, someone who can control these boys and get them pointed in the right direction. Because right now it looks like a lot of talent, and then everyone's looking at LeBron like he's the villain. He's a seasoned vet, and all he wants is rings. That's how he sees things. That's intimidating to kids, especially kids who are just working on their first big deal. I get it, but LeBron also should have been should be more patient with them, because he knew when he signed that deal he was playing with kids.
Yep.
If you're gonna play with kids, you have to have patience. You
Gonna
know,
be bumps and bruises along the way.
yeah, and you're not in Cleveland, man. You're not the GM, owner, and the player anymore. Unfortunately, Magic isn't gonna let you run that team, despite what people think. But moving on.
Sean says, "Sticky, you're looking kind of small."
Oh my God, thank you, Sean. I
Call him
appreciate
Kettle
that.
Black.
I appreciate that, Scott. What with? Oh no, sorry, forgot. Moving on, Luka. We've seen him.
He's a beast. Rookie of the year.
He is a beast. I love him. The dude's got a great demeanor. I watched him a lot during the All-Star break. I appreciate someone who's just happy to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fan I can get behind, or that's a player I can get
That
behind.
kid doesn't stop smiling.
No.
I think that kid is the one player in the NBA that realizes, wow, look at this opportunity I have. I'm going to live it up regardless.
Absolutely. And I love that. So it's exciting to see all these people get behind him. I think he's actually a genius, too, and I think it's going to show, because he came out and he said, with the Zion thing, when he went down with that injury, he said, just go play in Europe and they'll pay you to play, and you don't have to worry about going to school and all that stuff. As simple as that says, that's actually genius. I don't know why more people don't do that. If you're, especially Zion, he's 6'8", 260 pounds. He could eat people alive in Europe. They're not that big, so.
Zion.
Zion, it's not Zion? Zion sounds cooler.
Zion.
Zion sounds like a car.
Zion Williams.
That Zion. Oh my god! Why am I surprised at the name? All right. Real quick, I want a fanboy. D Wade had an amazing shot. Had an amazing shot, and it was it emulated Kobe's shot.
He brought it up.
Very cool. It's his last ride, obviously. He's in the middle of his jersey swapping tour. It was cool to see.
Yes, it was really cool.
So, yeah, it was cool. And Durant was not happy. It was on Durant. It was funny. It was cool to see. I mean, I'm sad D-Wade's retiring, but he also, he deserved it. He's been playing, I think, 15th, 16th season or something like that.
I love D-Wade, but I don't think I've ever seen a body shut down as quick as D-Wade's has.
No.
Like, injury after injury after injury. So, I'm happy for him. He deserved it. Like, good for him. He's one of my favorite players. He's not my favorite player, but he's one of my favorite players. So, I hope they do well. I hope he goes out in a blaze of fire. He deserves it.
I hope they make the playoffs. I'm a Heat fan, obviously, so for two reasons. I want to see Heat play in the playoffs. And two, I think it'd be really cool to see D-Wade go vintage Flash for one last playoff run. Obviously, they're not going to make it to the finals.
Well, you never know. Maybe it'll be LeBron versus D-Wade in the finals.
Oh, my God. Could you bet nobody would pick that? Vegas would go just flip upside down at those odds. But it was cool to see, and everyone loves D-Wade. So much support for him. So he's only got, I don't even know, 20 games left maybe of his career. So
yep.
It's crazy. I'm sure we'll see him in the big three soon.
When's the slam dunk competition?
That happens.
Oh, it happened?
Yep, it happened 2 weeks ago.
Okay, Jeremiah says, in his opinion, it's not as good as it once was.
No.
It's definitely not.
They're more athletic,
yeah,
for sure.
a lot of the big stars don't do the slam dunk contest like they did in the 90s and the 80s. Like, you don't... LeBron James has never done a competition.
Which I don't know. Maybe I'm missing the report, but I never figured out why. That's the one. Well, I'm a few things, but that's the most pretentious thing about him, in my opinion, is he didn't want to do it, and I don't know why. And I'm just like, that would have been fun. Now he can't. He's still athletic as hell, but he's not like these kids now who can jump 8 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as good as it once was, and I think it's because we're spoiled by athleticism.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of the up-and-coming players that do it now. You don't see any of the vets. You don't see a LeBron. You don't see a D-Wade. You don't see all these big names that we grew up with when you think basketball. It's all the up-and-comers. I
think they need to make it more inviting. Like, it would be cool, like, if you do the slam dunk contest, that was close, then you get like $100,000 to your charity or something cool.
That'd
like
be
that.
Cool.
Give them incentive, and then I bet you like the ADs of the world would come out and do it. But right now, it's just you're pretty much risking injury, which I can't think of one time that's happened. But.
Right.
So some of the free agents that are out, that are going to be out, Jimmy Butler's coming out. It's gonna be interesting to see where he goes. Two big huge ones from the same team, DeMarcus Cousins and Klay Thompson. Don't know where they're going to go. There's a possibility that they both end up going to the Lakers. So that's if they don't get AD.
I was going to say I'd rather have AD over DeMarcus.
Yeah, but if you got a Cousins and Klay with the LeBron, that's still a big three for sure.
Yeah.
It's looking more and more likely that Durant and Kyrie are going to end up with the Knicks because they're going to draft, Zion?
There you go, you got it. Zion Williams.
So they're going to have KD, Kyrie Irving, and Zion Williams.
That'll be a nasty lineup.
Oh my God, would it? So that's an idea.
Somehow the Knicks would manage not to make the playoffs, too.
If anyone could, for sure. Those are the big ones. I mean, I think there's like one more. Yeah, Kawhi Leonard. We don't know where he's going to end up because he's with Toronto right now. It's working out good.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean he's going to stay. There's still a possibility he goes to the Clippers. Those are some big names that we don't really know where they're going to land. It'd be interesting. It is interesting to see how bad the Celtics are. None of us predicted that. I didn't.
There is so much turmoil in that locker room. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care. All the players, all the coaches, all the GMs can come out and say they're fine. They're
unified.
Unified, thank you. They're not. There's a funk in the Boston locker room, which I'm fine with because I'm a Laker fan, so I hate Boston. But I'm sorry, all you Boston fans that are just numb to the fact that you think Kyrie's not leaving in July. You're nuts. He's gone. He's leaving. He's done.
They had potential, and they just I think that Gordon Hayward injury really screwed him. And then they had all this great momentum last year, and then Kyrie got inserted back in the lineup, and it all went away. So they were way better without Kyrie than they are with him.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder about the whole breakup they had with the Cavs. Was it LeBron or was it Kyrie? Because right now it kind of seems like Kyrie is like the Terrell Owens.
Yeah, he's being a baby about a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
You're good. You ain't that good.
Yeah, don't stop pretending lead your team. He even came out and said he's not a good leader, so maybe he shouldn't have shit on LeBron. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier to look and judge at LeBron for leading than to actually do it yourself.
Yep.
But definitely, I think we were both said possibility of a Celtics finals was there. Not anymore.
If we're gonna talk about this Momo.
Oh, the Momo challenge?
No. On your phone. We're only gonna talk about one thing.
Oh.
Only gonna talk about one thing. Okay. That's all we're gonna talk about.
Okay.
Because I'm sick of him. I'm done with him. This is it.
Okay.
We're just going to talk about the stupidity that is him and what he put up on Twitter or Instagram, whatever it was.
James Harden.
Yes.
Okay. The beard. I'm assuming what you're referring to is when he called out the ref.
Yes.
Yes. So, James Harden.
Can I do this?
Yeah. It's all yours, please.
So, James Harden plays for Houston, if you don't know. And he's got this back step jump shot that is a travel every time. I don't care what anyone says. It's been proven it's a travel. This man goes to the line at least 23 times a night.
Minimum.
At least. And that's me being nice. At least 23 times. He's the epitome of just runs into the paint, and if his foot goes into the paint, he's going to the foul line.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. I don't even like watching Houston play because it's not fun. Because even Houston knows it. Give Harden the ball, he'll go to the paint, he's probably going to make two, it'll be a 3-point play every time. I don't care who you are, I even guarantee Houston fans feel the same way. But they don't care because they're winning. This dum-dum came out after losing to, who'd they lose to?
Oh my God. Was it the Warriors?
That's what
No, they beat the Warriors.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Anyways, they lose. He comes out the goal and blaming the refs for their loss. And I'm going to tell you, I had never been so excited. I had goosebumps because I'm just reading the comments of everyone saying, yo, man, going to the line 40 times a night isn't enough. Now you got to blame the refs. There was not one positive thing in the comments talking about, oh, you're so right, man. The refs screwed you guys. No. They didn't. You lost. You're just mad because you didn't get your 23rd foul of the night. Mm-hmm. Get over it. I'm so sick of Harden. I just want to run out to the court and shave his beard and just leave.
Yeah, honestly, another good point from obviously the fans are getting sick of him, but players are. Players have come out and said he's traveling. This is ridiculous.
Does it all the time.
He's a crybaby. Da da da. I love that because players, for whatever reason, their voices matter and mean a lot more than any fan. So it's great to see players kind of agree with the fans for once and be like, yeah, it's not fun and it's really difficult to play against and it's horrible to watch. And the fact that he was on a 30-game... No, it wasn't.
It was 30 games.
It was 30 games. That's insane. 30 games in a row.
32-point streak ended at 30 games.
Yes. And so he was going off. He was getting scores. But you get all of those points, especially so many at the foul line, and you have the gall to cry about it. Stop it, man. You lost. Move on. I will say, while we're on the Houston Rockets, I firmly believe, I'm going to talk about Chris Paul. I firmly believe that Chris Paul is a better, in all-around every way, player than Harden ever is. Because when Harden was gone, he was injured for something, and they played the Warriors, and they gave Chris Paul the ball. He ran that team like it was like they were the Warriors. Yep. They were making what was that?
They went on a 15-0 run.
It was nuts. They went off and Chris Paul was calm and he was the leader and he got that W. I watched that game and I went, that is someone I would let lead my team. when I watch Harden play, I go, wow, that guy is selfish.
It's almost like Harden's game plan, literally going into like I bet you he sits in the locker room and tells all his guys, all right, give me the ball, man. I'm gonna go into the paint. I'm gonna go to the foul line. I'm gonna win this for you.
Absolutely, and it's not fun to watch. And the way Kobe did it was so, and I'm gonna use almost like a pun, venomous. He went in there. And he was it was deadly. And it was such a fun thing to watch that it was fine. The dude threw up a lot of shots. No denying that. Kobe threw a ton of shots up. But he did it the right way. He would go in there, shoot, and he'd miss a lot. But when he made it and was on a streak, it made sense. That's how he won games. What Harden's doing is just playing the system. So I agree. Let's move on from Harden.
This portion of Houston is over.
Yes, screw you, Houston. Anything else with
basketball?
NBA?
No,
yeah,
I'm good.
I think that's it. I'm excited to see the last bit. The honestly playoff predictions. I think Bucks are going to make it in the East.
Who's going to beat them?
I don't know, and they honestly have a chance, maybe to. I don't know. I think the Warriors are still going to come out of the West. I just think they have so much firepower that it's just there's nobody who's going to be able to go toe to toe with them. Maybe Houston, but Harden will always let Houston down. Mark my words. So I have Bucks Warriors in the finals, which I'm fine with because it's fresh. Warriors obviously aren't, but it'd be interesting to see KD versus Giannis. That's for sure.
That'd be crazy.
It would be cool to see that two freaks going at it. So that's my prediction. And the Lakers do not make the playoffs. I hope they don't.
Lakers are definitely not making the playoffs.
I don't know if they're out yet.
They're 3 games out.
3 games.
Might be
yeah.
4.
They won last night, obviously, against Pelicans, but it takes so much. But I don't think Lakers are going to make it. I hope they don't. LeBron could use the rest, in all seriousness.
If they make it, they're going to get that final spot.
Against the Warriors. Or Houston. Either one's going to destroy them.
It's going to be a sweep.
Yeah, definitely. 4-game sweep. All right, so moving on to the NFL. We have so much to talk about. There's a ton of free agency going on right now. Obviously, the Super Bowl ended. Rams, Patriots, the GOAT takes one more ring. We went over that, I think, a couple times.
Columbine's coming up soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually today. It started today.
The next day?
Yep, it started today. There's some absolute freaks of natures out there. The one guy, Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah, he refused to do any of the activities.
Yeah, he's not throwing or anything.
He said people already want me. There's no point. I hate that attitude. I wouldn't want that on my team personally.
I went to college with a kid who holds the record in the 40 at the combine. Yep, Wendell Williams.
That's crazy.
He plays for the Houston Texans.
That's crazy.
Like a backup. He's out on their injured list right now, but
that's crazy.
Stupid fast kid. Holds all the records at Herc for track and field, basketball star. Just a stud of a kid.
Badass. That's awesome.
Yeah, look him up. Wendell Williams.
Maybe one day I'll see him on the field.
That'd be sweet.
That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a combine. Some people watch it. I really don't. I've seen people run amazing and do amazing things, and then they're a bust.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. I mean, these kids are so athletic now. Like there was one guy I was just reading. He's 6'6". He has 1.6% body fat. He's a wide receiver.
Good Lord.
Sounds like Fred Ingles.
1.6% is too low in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
Mary says the hair.
mine? Yeah, it's not too good. It's not too good right now.
Only your mom.
Yeah, right. Anyway, back to there's a bunch of free agents. Nick Foles, we don't know where he's gonna land. What was it? What would he? Not Eagle Killer. Because he won. Nick Foles, he won the Super Bowl against the Pats.
Killer. I mean,
Pats killer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see him at the Giants, even though
Jags.
Yeah, that's probably a good one. Someone's going to pay him a lot of money, too much money. I guarantee you, too much money.
Not unless he keeps playing like he's playing.
I think he's like Fitzmagic.
Because he's consistent.
In the playoffs,
Fitzmagic was 2 games maybe, and then done.
He played 4 good games.
Okay, and then last year.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But it's interesting. It will be interesting to see where he goes. Ndamukong Suh is on the board now.
Detroit!
He's probably going back. The Rams actually dropped like 4 or 5 players, good players, off their defense. They didn't want to pay the luxury tax. Who else is there? Oh my God, Le'Veon.
Finally. Antonio.
Antonio's got to be traded, but technically he's free agent.
He's leaving.
He is leaving. I guess it's a perfect time to say, where do you think he's going to go? Well, we'll start with Le'Veon, because my first opinion of Le'Veon, I think he's going to be a flop. And I'm not saying this because I'm salty, even though I am. I'm saying it because I didn't know this, he gained 35 pounds in the offseason since he's played. That's a lot of weight for a running back, especially an elusive one.
Eddie Lacy, here I come.
Yeah, so he's out of shape. He was already starting to decline, and running backs only have about a 5 or 6 year window.
They hit the 30, they're done.
Yeah, and he's 28. So yeah, he's still a little bit young, but he's
old for a running back.
I don't think it would be awesome if nobody signed him.
He's going to the Jets.
But yeah, I think he's going to go to the Jets. Unfortunately, Tampa.
No.
Might
We don't
be an
have the
option.
cap space.
Yeah, but you can move things. That's what's scary about Tampa is they can move things.
Here, we'll give you a shitty player for a Le'Veon. Good?
Maybe they get rid of Jameis, man.
Nah, it's not going to happen.
But we'll see. I mean, Tampa's an option. The Giants are an option.
No way. They got Barkley.
Oh, I mean for AB. I'm sorry.
Oh.
For AB, I don't think they would.
Still thought we were on a Le'Veon.
Jeremiah does not want AB to go to the Dolphins.
I don't. That's.
Says he's a cancer, and we don't need that.
I think AB definitely has. I have issues with AB. I think he handled it piss poorly. I do think Roethlisberger had a lot more to do with it. He's being suspiciously quiet for a white quarterback.
Yeah, no, AB definitely hurt himself. Like, you came out at the wrong time to just start bashing, like, your teammates and this and that. Like,
why wait till now? You
Yeah,
played with him for what, 6, 7 years?
But also, you want that big contract and you want to leave, but it's all over social media. And why GMs are going to look at this and be like, all right, he's a cancer. Why would we want to bring him into this locker room where he's just going to spread? And it's just not a good idea.
That's what happened with Owens, Terrell Owens. He was still at the peak of his career, and people didn't sign him for how much damage he did in that locker room.
Yep.
So, AB, I agree, shot himself in the foot. I think he's going to be traded to a very bad team.
Bills.
Niners.
Bills actually probably wouldn't be a bad team for him because, oh my God, Josh Allen
yeah.
starting to come into his own, and he would have a number 1 receiver. We haven't seen that yet. So that's not horrible. I don't think he would. I don't know if he would want to go to Buffalo.
He's come out and said he wants to go to a team that's going to win now.
If that's the case, there's maybe a handful of teams.
Belichick.
The Eagles, the Patriots.
That's it.
Eagles, Patriots. We can't count out the Rams. They're still going to be there. Maybe that's why they cut so many people. Who else? Dallas. I hate to admit it, but Dallas looked good last year until they fell apart. There's like 5 or 6 teams, but I just don't know what they can trade. If you get AB, you're going to give up a lot. A big sleeper, though, that I don't know why nobody's talking about is the 3 first-round picks Gruden has.
Oh.
The Steelers are phenomenal at drafting.
They just are. And they're also phenomenal at giving away those draft picks.
And they're going to get... They would get maybe 2 or 3 for AB. I mean, Gruden is an idiot, so he'd probably give all 3 for AB. But, you know...
Tell us how you really feel.
Gruden's an idiot.
We're not going on this tangent.
Screw Gruden.
We don't have enough time.
But it'll be exciting to see where AB goes. I honestly don't have a prediction. Other than he's going to go to a piss poor team. He is not going to.
I can see him going to the Niners.
Yep, that's another one because he's obsessed with Jerry Rice. Le'Veon, I don't care where he goes. I think he's going to be a flop. I think he screwed himself because not only did he get out of shape, but he looked like a piss poor teammate.
Joshua says Saints.
Saints. Oh my!
Yeah, because they're getting rid of Ingram.
Could you? Yeah, but how are you going to pay Kamara and Le'Veon?
Le'Veon, you can't.
Because Le'Veon sat out strictly for the money.
Yep.
So you got to think of that. But imagine if AB somehow went to the Saints. Oh my God! If Breeze got
just quit.
If Breeze got a hold of Saints, or
got a hold of Le'Veon
or AB with Kamara. And
my Super Bowl prediction for this year.
Oh, with Thompson.
Next year, technically, but
I think that's a good pick, too. Breeze didn't slow down at all. For the love of God, I want Breeze.
No, this is how it works. 2 years ago, they made it to the NFC, or to one game before the NFC title game. Loss. This year, they made it to the AFC title game. Loss. Next year, they're going to make a Super Bowl.
It was
loss.
to the Pats. But I'm excited to see where AB goes. I just kind of want to get it done with. I will say this: there's no way AB goes to Detroit.
What about Chiefs?
Chiefs would be a nasty place for him to go.
Jeremiah Dobbs. Throws the Chiefs out there.
I mean, if anyone could control AB, it is Andy Reid.
Put this in your brain and let it soak in.
Bills.
Bills get Le'Veon, AB, and somehow make a trade for Barkley.
Could you imagine this? Could you imagine this? Because they actually have the cap space to do it. Could you imagine AB and Le'Veon teaming up in New England?
Oh, it'd be just not even fair with Gronk staying healthy.
Yeah, you know, if AB
Edelman
ends up in New England, there's no way Gronk retires. No way.
No, if that happens,
they're going to rename football Patriots win.
It would become like Blitz, the game Blitz, where every pass is a catch. Yeah, no.
It'd be like a 90s Madden game where you just bomb it downfield, they catch it, and then you can run around the whole field 3 times.
I would love to
mobile.
I would love to see Vegas's prediction on, like, not going to the Super Bowl, because let's face it, if those two landed in New England, who's playing them in the Super Bowl? Let's just put it that way.
Just give them
the question would be for Vegas is, what are the odds of them going undefeated? I'd like to see those odds.
Very high, I would think. Especially, it would probably light a fire under Brady's ass, because he'd be like, oh my God, I have a running back.
I have talent.
Yeah,
Just think of the players he's played with then. Moss, AB, Le'Veon, like...
Just the unbelievable. That would be cool. I don't know. Like I said, I think Le'Veon's going to be a bust. I would love if AB and Le'Veon both went to the Browns, because they've sucked for so long. It would be awesome to see that. To have Landry...
AB, and Le'Veon in the back.
Le'Veon, and then I can't think of the quarterback. I love him though.
Baker Mayfield.
Yes, I love Baker. That'd be exciting. But I do think that Le'Veon's going to go to someone like the Jets.
I think he's gonna. I think that's his only landing spot, because they have no running back, and they're just going to throw money. What angers me about this whole thing and Le'Veon? Oh, he's the best running. I get it. He's a great running back, but you're only a good running back if you have a good offensive line. You put Le'Veon on a really crappy offensive line.
Detroit.
He'll get yards, but he ain't gonna do what he did in Pittsburgh.
No.
That's what pisses me off about Ezekiel Elliott. He's behind the best offensive line
for the last
in football.
3 years, yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure I could get his yards. Shut up.
I agree that Ezekiel is a great example of someone who got blessed in a perfect spot, and he's utilizing it. He's doing his job, taking the ball, running through the holes. But, yeah, Le'Veon's not... Like, McCoy in his prime did not need a line. McCoy could just make it happen. Same with, like, the Barry Sanders of the world. Like, some people, even Barkley, can just make it happen. Le'Veon's not one of those. Le'Veon had that Pittsburgh line for the years he played, which... Everyone forgets this, too. He sat out how many games for weed? He got popped 2 years in a row.
Yeah, him and
I think
Blunt.
I think it was a total of 12 games he's missed.
Ironic, right?
Out for weed, last name's Blunt. Oh, should have saw that coming.
Yeah. You didn't know they were going to show up at your door with a piss coat? But it'll be interesting to see. I just kind of want to get it done with so we can move on past it, because that's all you hear now. Where's AB going to go? AB is going to make an impact. I don't think Le'Veon is. I think Le'Veon shot himself in the foot. He's out of shape, and he's going to be a pain in the ass. And you're going to have to overpay him. He's dumb.
Yeah, no. Out of the two, obviously AB is going to make the most impact on the team.
For sure.
Absolutely. Now, could Le'Veon prove us all wrong and go to the Jets and just...
Go nuts?
Go nuts and be the Le'Veon of pass? That's possible. I don't see it. No. But... You can plug AB into any team in the NFL. He's going to get his yards.
He has the most yards after catch, I think, too. So that means he makes his own.
Yak.
Yeah.
Yards after catch.
I hope he goes somewhere fun, but I don't. We'll see. I'm just excited. I want to see the Steelers move on, because don't count out the Steelers. They're going to get something for AB.
Breaking news: Ben Roethlisberger retires. Sorry, Josh.
Roethlisberger. Like I said, he's been very quiet for a white quarterback.
Yeah, it's really quiet. Like, you haven't heard from him at all.
No. He's up to something. Speaking of someone who's up to something, Jason Witten is back. He did 1 year in the booth and was horrendous at it. and now he's rejoining the Cowboys.
Well, like I was talking to Josh today, I was like, not everyone could be Tony Romo in the booth.
Nope. He was horrible. Witten was horrible. I guess if you have the juice, keep playing. I mean, he's played a lot of seasons.
This would be his 17th year.
I mean, I get it.
They said.
I think we've talked about it on the show before. If I was a professional athlete, I would ride it until my wheels fell off.
He's really good, too. I used to hate Jason Witten because it would be one of those, because I'm not a fan of Dallas. I hate Dallas. And
Everyone does.
It's America's team. Everyone hates them. But, like, it would be literally...
Logic.
It would literally be 3rd and 29, all right? And Romo would scramble for 32 seconds somehow, Tony Romo, and he would just lob the ball, like close his eyes and just lob it. And I was like, oh, Jason Witten before they even caught the ball. Jason Witten catches it, first down. Like,
Dude's got hands.
He
man.
does.
He just does. I mean, it's a good move for the Cowboys. I will say that. I mean, hopefully he's not too out of shape. But I just think it's funny. A lot of people were giving him crap, but like I said, just ride it till the wheels fall off. The Cowboys are going to keep playing you. Do it, man. Why not?
He can still play.
Jeremiah says, is there anything good we can get for Tannehill?
No.
No. Tannehill was a complete bust.
Probably like, you know those giant Gatorade coolers that they sit on the sidelines for
An empty one. You don't even get the blue stuff in it. You just get an empty one.
just the lid.
Dude, Tannehill, unfortunately, was a complete bust. And I think...
He showed flashes of could, but he was inconsistent.
And then the injury.
I'm not trying to be mean. Look at my quarterback. He had flashes in the pan. This is his last year. If he can't get it together this year, he's gone. He's done. But Tannehill's the same way. He had a flash. He was great. And then one year he's horrible. Then he got injured. He's just going to go down as that mediocre quarterback. You guys need to move on. You guys need to look for a quarterback in either free agency or the draft.
I'm not sure where they are in the draft, but there are a couple.
Let's ask Jeremiah, what pick are you in the draft?
They have to be up there. Like, we're down there, I guess. There's no way. They didn't do well this year.
No.
They did horrible. But yeah, unfortunately, Tannehill had that ACL injury. I think it was, or was it Achilles? It was something bad.
It was an ACL, and they signed Cigarette Jake Cutler.
Oh my God, that guy's my favorite. That's my favorite guy. There's a guy, Jay Cutler, right? He just shows up. He was Chicago Bears QB forever.
Yeah.
And he smoked through
Well,
his
he's
entire
actually
career.
Denver's first. He got drafted by Denver.
Oh, okay.
Like sideline smoked?
No,
Oh.
but outside, as soon as he left the stage.
Yeah, he wasn't even out of the stadium. He was lighting up a
And
cigarette.
he had a dad bod. And he threw a
But-
ton of interceptions.
Oh, yeah.
Ton.
Speaking of dad bods, U.S. Olympic curling team.
Oh my God.
Looks like they straight up were like, hey, we're in the garage here. Let's start a curling team. Like, if you get a chance, Google the Olympic curling team for the U.S. They literally look like a bunch of middle-aged men that their midlife crisis was, let's go win a gold medal.
Well, I mean, it's
the
not
greatest
like
thing
you have to
I've
have a lot
ever
of talent
seen.
to do curling. You throw something and you just scrape the
I
ice.
I don't know. You can ask Sean Ledwith about curling. He went up to Rochester and did it, and he said his thighs hurt for weeks.
It's because he's
So-
4 foot tall.
Hey, he's closer to the ice. He shouldn't have to do
Oh,
anything.
no. Cramps up
But
easy.
I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
it probably takes some skill that we don't
I'm
know
not
about.
saying, yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't
Boy.
take some kind of skill, but it's not like
In the end, they
rocket
literally
science.
don't look special. Like, Olympic athletes are supposed to be special
Olympic
in
athlete.
Olympic, but these guys literally look like my dad, Steve's dad.
That's
You know,
amazing,
just-
dude.
It's
I love that, though.
back to Jeremiah. He says 8th or 10th, I think.
That's not bad. You might be able to get a
Or 8th
QB.
and 10th.
Listen, Jeremiah,
I don't know what
I'm
they
telling
need
you right
most.
now, the Jets are at number 3. They have their quarterback. They don't need it. If you're smart, your team moves up to 3, and they get that Kyler Murray.
I wonder how many I don't even know how many picks they have. If he knows, let us know. Real quick, Eli Manning's returning to the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. I can't.
He's garbage.
He's trash.
He's straight garbage.
Yeah, I don't know how he's
I
still.
wish my buddy Matt McCarty was watching this. He's a big Giants fan.
I wish
The
my
only-
brother-in-law Will was watching this right now.
Anyone who still believes in Eli, first of all, you never should have. The only reason he kept a job was because it put asses in seats to have a Manning, and most people didn't even know it was the wrong Manning.
Everyone thought it was Archie.
It plays like Archie now. He's horrible. I just that the Giants have Barkley. I hope they got to draft a QB this
They
year.
won't.
They have to. They were so bad in that QB slot. It's just time to move on. Eli got his 2 chips because apparently Jesus loves him. Just retire. Somehow you're going to get away with maybe a Hall of Fame career. I don't know how.
Strictly because of his name.
I was going to say, it's the name.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Him, his brother, his dad, come on.
His other brother?
I thought his other brothers, sold insurance or something.
Because he was in a car accident.
There you go.
It's because he was in a bad car accident and had brain damage.
I've seen a lot of movies. You can overcome it. All right,
That doesn't spell out professional athlete career. Starting off with brain injury, I don't know what does.
Yeah, that's exactly how it all starts.
They either start with brain injury or end with brain injury. There's only 2 ways.
We just got dark.
All right, last little bit. The Robert Kraft incident that's currently happening. He was found in a massage parlor.
Not getting a massage.
Which was filled with happy endings.
Is that the name of the place?
I don't know. Probably close. No. It was probably
Some
close.
dolphin. It's over in Jupiter, Florida.
Yeah, which is the worst. Why? It doesn't matter. You'd think you'd go to Miami for prostitutes. Either way, it's hysterical. I thought he was married. He's a smart man. He's a billionaire. He never got married. He's just been dating 30-year-old women his whole life. Genius, but of course he's going to a prostitute in his meantime, which I don't know why anyone's surprised. What the only thing I'm surprised about is that he didn't just buy the building and then use it for that.
No, it is. That's his building.
Oh, it's his.
That's his building.
I didn't know
he
that.
He owns that massage parlor.
So what?
Soliciting prostitutes is what he's getting charged with because they would go into that massage parlor and, as my co-host said, happy endings. And he was caught on camera multiple times at that massage parlor.
That's amazing.
It's so good because love or hate the Patriots, no matter what, they end up in the news for something.
Absolutely. That's why I'm not surprised. I woke up one morning and I got on First Take like I always do. I poured my coffee. I sat down. Robert Kraft arrested for soliciting prostitution. I was like, all right.
Another day.
No shocker there. Another day in the Patriot life.
I love it because a ton of athletes came out and they were like, we're defending him, who doesn't? And I'm just reading all of these people coming out and it's like, God, I hope you guys aren't married or something.
We all use prostitutes. Next thing you know, their wives are like, excuse me?
Yeah, I was like, when? At what point?
Did not have sexual relations.
I don't know why anyone's surprised that a white billionaire is soliciting prostitutes. That's literally the most American thing in this world. Who was surprised?
Work again.
It's if it was someone I don't even know, Jesse Jackson, I might be a little bit shocked, but it's not.
Josh says he was married. His wife died young of cancer.
Jesus,
dick.
What?
That's when he started donating money to the foundations and dating all the models.
Well, I guess it evens out. Jesus, I didn't know that. Bummer. R.I.P. Anyway, moving on. So Cap is joining the XFL. Sorry.
Oh God.
Kaepernick. Unfortunately, probably isn't actually going to be drafted there, however it works, because Vince came out and said that there will be no protesting during our games.
Cap screwed.
Yeah, Kaepernick's an idiot. I can't believe they came out with the Kaepernick jersey. Did you see that?
He's not
even in the NFL.
No.
What are they doing?
It's the protest jersey, but he shot himself in the foot. Do you know how many people are pissed off at him that he did that settlement?
Oh yeah,
he got that settlement, and they're like, "So what were you fighting? What were you protesting? And you're just gonna come with the settlement? You're gonna take the money and run?" He shot himself in the foot again.
Yeah, it's because they found out he sucked, and then he started protesting, and then he made a big stink out of it.
Yep.
Real quick, breeze through MMA, and then we're going to go into WWE.
Oof.
Saturday, we get to see our boy, John Jones, hometown boy, fighting, well, we don't get to see it, but he's going to be fighting, I think his name is Anthony Smith. So that should be a pretty cool fight.
It's a great card. I'm telling you, anyone that likes UFC or never even really watched UFC,
it's gonna be a good one.
It's like $65 on
No, it's $10.
It's $10?
$10 now.
Boom, it's totally worth it.
ESPN
Get on there.
Plus.
It's actually really everyone that knows me, I like UFC, but I never really watched it. And then I started hanging out with these guys, and our friend Tyler is huge, and our friend Matt huge into it. And for the last couple months, big cards, we would have these guys would come over here and we'd watch it. It's addicting. It's really fun. it's real. It's as real as it can be. So
completely unpredictable, really.
Yeah, anyone that hasn't really watched it but knows of it, if you can afford $10,
ESPN
buy
Plus.
it, because this is going to be a really good card. And if I wasn't busy, I'd be watching it Saturday night.
Yeah, there's 2 championship fights on it. We get to see Askren, a great fighter from other promotions, first time in the UFC, against Robbie Lawler. He's fantastic. Diego's fighting Mickey Gall. Mickey was the one who beat CM Punk. Yeah, that's his claim.
It must have been a hard match.
It was 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Anyway, it's a great card, so check it out. But the main thing I want to talk about is it looks like we're going to get McGregor versus Cerrone. They're teasing that.
Yep,
I love that fight. Cerrone is a dog. He's going to stand and fight. McGregor's going to try to get that W. And they're already doing these cool promotions because obviously Cerrone owns part of Bud Light. Or it's Budweiser, one of those. And McGregor has his whiskey, so they're putting them together. And I hope it happens. I think that's a fun fight for everyone. I don't think McGregor needs a title. His name sells it. He's done his job. So hopefully we see that coming. I'm excited. This UFC card is going to be great, but we have so many good ones coming. So we will see. And now we'll do a little bit of WWE. Oh! Is Josh still with us?
Yeah.
Awesome, because I know we were talking about this on the way home.
This is it, people. This is what I've been waiting to talk about. It's WrestleMania is upon us. Everything in wrestling is going to get insane for the next month and a half.
Yes.
Like, I cannot wait. Like, this is what I wait for. This is like for you it's easier for you basketball fanatics. This is the playoffs.
Yes.
This is it, and there's so much to talk about. Amazing news, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to let John start off because I know what he wants to bring up, and he's the biggest fan, so...
First things first. All right, so a few months ago in October, sorry, we had a pretty solemn podcast where we talked about one of my favorite wrestler right now, Roman Reigns. He unfortunately got diagnosed with leukemia. He's had it for 11 years up to that point, and it just got too severe. He had to get it looked at and figure that out. So he stepped away from the ring. It was a pretty emotional thing to watch.
John cried.
And yeah, definitely, it was hard.
It was rough.
Well, fast forward 5 months later, he shows up on Raw, and I was all stressed. I thought maybe he was retiring, or the pessimist in me. One of the coolest, honestly, moments for me. It's not even about wrestling at this point. Just it was so cool to see. He announces that his cancer was in remission, which was the coolest thing. Goosebumps, man. It was so. I teared up. It was so cool to see because you don't get enough stories like that nowadays. And he is such it's not even about him being a wrestler. It's just about you get to see this polarizing figure have something so horrible happen. It's so common in this world. Cancer is so prevalent, and he overcame it. And he did it in 5 months, which it's not about the time, but it just shows you the amount of support and love. And it felt like so many people booed this man before this happened.
This was the biggest pop I've heard from Roman Reigns, and
it's probably one of the biggest pops I've heard in a long. Maybe Hardy's is the closest one I could think of.
Oh, WrestleMania, that was good. But yeah, this was
good. You could feel through the television the love. We all, especially wrestling fans, we're all kind of just these dorks that protect our culture. You're either in it or against us type thing. And even though we give our guys shit, in that moment, even if you booed Roman a few months ago, it was just cool to see this guy come out, feel the love, and overcome this. It was a really cool moment, and it went worldwide, and he's this cool beacon of you can do it, you can overcome it. I don't think we get enough stories like that.
No.
That, for me, was the coolest part. Yes, Roman is back, which obviously I marked about, but the main thing is he's healthy, and he overcame something there's people right now fighting. So it's cool for me to be a wrestling fan and to be so invested in him as a character and a person, and then have something so kind of tragic happen, and still he comes out the other end a better man almost. Yeah, I would say it was cool.
What I loved about it is because we don't know what that man went through these 5 months. You don't see behind closed doors, but I guarantee you it wasn't fun. That man went through.
Which I'm glad. I'm glad they didn't show it.
I agree.
McMahon didn't try to
no
publicize
that man.
take advantage of that.
went through hell. That man went through all kinds of tests and whatever. I don't know because they kept it quiet, which was like Freddie said, which was great. But what I loved and what gave me the most goosebumps is when he came out. He literally just said, "I'm gonna say this a lot," and he thanked the WWE universe. He didn't come out there and say, "Oh, it's because of me and I'm so strong." Da 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 da. He literally said thank you to the WWE universe for all the support, all the messages, all the Instagrams, everything he got from the universe. Like that just shows, yeah, we all know wrestling is faked, it's choreographed. I get it.
All that stuff.
We like if you literally go up to a wrestling fan and you ask them, "Do you think it's real?" They're gonna say no. It's fun.
It's still real to me.
It's fun, and you get a bond with these people. Like, obviously, John, huge Roman Reigns fan. I love Roman Reigns. He's one of my favorites, too. But you get connected with these guys. You love every week watching them fight, and then when it gets taken away from you, it sucks.
It's hard.
And then he comes back after dealing with all this, with leukemia, and probably, so hard on his family and everyone. And instead of coming out there and just boasting about himself, he literally thanked the WWE Universe for everything.
He didn't even mention, his battle, which was so... That, I think, was the coolest message of it, was, look at what happens when you shower someone with love. And that's the message, why that's the thing about wrestling fans that I don't think people understand. When you grow up watching wrestling, it's an escape. It's you just find pieces of yourself that you want to be these characters. That's why we get so invested in it. So when something like this so real comes out and Roman stands out there and goes, "Thank you all, us sitting there watching and cheering for him, for getting him through that battle," that's a cool feeling that I don't think any other sports world can relate to. And I can't think of one. There's been a lot of athletes in other sports that have had stuff to overcome, but the WWE Universe is different. It's like a really dysfunctional, psychotic family. And it was cool to see Roman acknowledge that.
Yes.
Because I don't think up to that point he realized what all of these other guys, like The Rock constantly talked about how the WWE Universe is his family. I don't think Roman understood that until
it's the only sport that the fans have a connection with the athlete.
In kind of a voice. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We kind of... sometimes we don't.
If the fans don't like a person, maybe that person might not show up.
Mm-hmm.
It's very fan-based, and I guess that's the theatrical part of it, but that's what we love.
Yes. And I agree 100%. It was such a cool moment, and... I hope it inspires people who don't even watch wrestling, because this dude went out there and just think of how vulnerable, and he said it, how vulnerable he must have felt going out there, because you're these larger-than-life characters. His Superman punch, he's supposed to be this invincible, he kicks out and everything.
Yep.
That's his character. He had to literally take his vest off and be like, "Yeah, I'm human, and this is happening," and then all of this happens. It was cool to see, especially someone who was booed so heavily, because he wasn't a loved character at all.
Boo.
Yeah, not at all. You could hear it before October. It was loud boos.
It went downhill when he beat The Undertaker.
Yeah,
that's when his career.
But it was awesome to see, and obviously, congrats to him. I'm just glad he's back, and I think the whole wrestling locker room is so happy he's back. He's known as the locker room leader, so it's cool to see. Obviously a cool moment, but Roman's back, which is awesome, and I think we should talk a little bit about Dean.
Yeah,
our boy Dean is leaving.
Rumored.
I'm hoping Roman can change his mind.
I think we all do.
We have a Shield reunion coming up for Fastlane. It's pretty much guaranteed at this point.
Has to.
They have a kind of cool character for Dean right now where he's got amnesia or something.
Yeah, you don't know. I can literally sit and tell you, I don't know what's going on with Dean, because one minute he's that heel guy and he's going after the crowd, the typical heel character.
Yeah.
And then the next minute he's Dean from the past, the lunatic friend. So what did you just say? Type deal.
Yep. I love Dean. I hope he doesn't leave, and if he does leave, I hope it's just a stave of absence and he comes back. moving on from Dean, obviously we hope he comes back, but Seth has a championship battle against Lesnar.
And this is where we think the Shield. I think the Shield's going to reunite at WrestleMania. How long? Like, if Dean does leave, it's shortly after WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly think my opinion for WrestleMania, and I'd like to hear your guys' opinion. So if you're still watching, give us your opinion. I think the first 3 to 4 minutes of that match, Dean is going to get suplexed through everything on the planet. And I think at one point, something's going to happen. Either Paul Heyman's going to get involved to provoke the Shield, and I think you're going to hear Seth's music.
You mean Seth? Because Seth.
Or sorry, you're going to hear Roman's music. Roman's going to come down, and then at some point, I'm going to assume because Brock is just Brock, he's going to take out Roman and Seth, and then that's when you're going to hear Dean's music. I don't know if it'll be the Shield or if it'll be legit Dean's music, and I think that's where you're going to see a triple powerbomb Shield, and that's how Seth slays the Beast. You're going to get a fist bump, and that's how the Shield is going to go out in glory.
Yeah.
Josh says Roman and Dean for tag team titles.
I would love that. That's what I want. They can still do the Seth thing, which is still possible. But for me, if I had to book Mania right now, I would put the Revival versus Dean and Roman. And obviously, Dean and Roman don't have to win. If they do, guess what? We know Dean's staying.
Not going nowhere unless they lose at the Monday after Mania.
That's true, which is always nuts, too.
It could always happen.
Yep. Yeah. So
Monday after Mania is insane.
Insane. I love.
It's my favorite Monday night because
so good.
The crowd is crazy.
Yeah,
they don't care. They do whatever the hell they want.
So I hope that battle happens because they've got to find a spot for Roman. He's going to be on the card. There's still a big opening. We don't know what Cena's doing. We don't know if Undertaker's doing anything. Right now just Kofi Mania is happening. So we're probably going to get Daniel Bryan versus Kofi, which is super cool to see. Because Kofi, we've watched him for 11 years
Long
now.
Time.
It would be really cool for them to run and give him that belt. He doesn't have to keep it long. It's just like a stamp on his Hall of Fame career. And plus, they're going to put on a great match. Owens is back. Love it. I love
Chris
Kevin
Owens.
Owens. What's up, Chris?
What up?
It's great seeing Kevin Owens back and healthy. He's phenomenal. I don't know if he's a healer.
His ink.
His ink's great. It's a panda and something else.
It's some kind of bird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like it's
Batista versus Triple H.
Yes.
Let's go.
Who said that?
Josh.
You called this Monday night, which was a phenomenal call because I don't know how I missed it, but I completely did. Heel Batista versus Triple H. Sign me up.
Crazy, man.
Sign me up.
I saw the thing on Facebook.
The only way
Batista or Triple H goes backstage.
Yes.
After Batista.
The only way that match gets better is if it turns into a steel cage match.
Hell in a
Because
Cell.
if you've been watching wrestling as long as we have, Triple H and Batista have had some matches in a cage.
Hell in a Cell is
so
brutal.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the only way that match gets better, because even if there is no cage, it's still gonna be a phenomenal match, and that's not a pun off AJ Styles because I hate him, but it's gonna be a great match.
Yep.
But if a cage comes down,
woo, I think if I'm gonna predict it's gonna be in a Hell in a Cell because it's personal and it already feels personal, and it's gonna be a retirement match because he's talked about he's 48. Batista is, so he only has so much left in the tank. He's in great shape, so I think it's gonna be a retirement match. I think it's perfect because we really don't know who would win. But Batista versus Triple H, retirement match. Triple H could retire too. He's, he
could officially say, all right, I'm done wrestling.
Yeah.
This is me behind the scenes now. I'm done.
I like that match, and I like it even more if they had a cage, get some old school Attitude Blood in there.
So my geekness is going to come out on this. I know it'll never happen. I know it's not going to happen, but how cool would it be? Batista's music hits, and he comes out looking like Drax.
That would be cool. That would be very cool.
Rey Mysterio's not retired, right?
No, he's still wrestling.
That's what I thought. We just saw him on
he's on SmackDown.
The Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Came out.
Yep, he's still going. It'll be interesting that he's going to be on Mania somehow. The Hardys, my prediction is going to be Hardys versus Usos at Mania.
Yeah.
That's
the reason Matt came back.
Yeah. So that's great to see the Hardys back. I'm glad they re-signed for another year. They're up there in age, so that I don't know how many they have left, but it's great. That's exciting. The Seth and Brock match is going to be awesome.
I can't wait for that match. Regardless if the Shield comes out or not, I get it. You look at Seth, you look at Brock. It's it's one-sided, but those two are going to put on an amazing match.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be a typical Brock Lesnar 30-second match and it's over a beatdown. This is going to go 10, 15 minutes. I guarantee it, regardless of who gets involved.
I'm interested to see what happens with Balor. I keep hoping that we're going to see Balor versus AJ somehow, because AJ doesn't really have a match right now. Finn kind of does against Bobby, but nobody cares about that. I know I don't. So it would be really cool to see AJ kind of flip onto Raw, flip onto Raw and face him for the Intercontinental. That would be a great match, phenomenal match, pun intended. That would be awesome. It's going to be weird to see. I don't know where Orton's going to go. There's a lot of talent that I'm not sure that they're going to have a place.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon. If you're listening to me.
Middle name.
That's right. Listen to me. Merge. Put the brands together. Do you understand how much better that the wrestling could be with the talent you have right now? This is probably one of the best talents wrestling has had in 10 years.
Oh, for sure.
Like, you have so much good talent, but they're on different shows. Like, everyone would love to see a Balor versus AJ. Everyone would love to see a Balor versus Bryant. Like, there's so many good matches you can do, but nope, one's blue brand, one's red brand.
Yeah, you gotta
put them together. Well, I don't understand why you do this brand split, and then after a year or two of it, you go back.
It never works.
It doesn't. Like, there's too much talent on this squad right now.
That's because then it spikes the views when they go back.
Yeah, I guess that's
Exactly.
true. Well, I hope they merge it. We should probably talk about our boys moved up. Aleister Black moved up.
Boy.
Gargano, Ciampa, and Ricochet, 4 unbelievable talents. I am super concerned, though, because they brought up EC3, and I haven't seen him since.
No, I haven't seen him in 2 weeks,
Yeah,
3 weeks.
Heavy Machinery doesn't. They just
Which
do
is
jokes.
unfortunate because Heavy Machinery, they're funny as hell, but they are really good in the ring. Like, you wouldn't know it looking at them because one of them's like 5'2" and 400 pounds.
Otis, I love him so much.
But they're really good in the ring.
Yeah.
So
and entertaining.
They are.
So that's what concerns me. Is there's so much talent now. I just don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work. Like, there's just not enough time. They almost need to make a third or a fourth brand just for all these great matches that are never gonna happen.
Hashtag merge.
Yep, just do. Yeah, seriously, just why? Why not? But it'll also be interesting. I can't wait for Takeover New York because that's gonna be awesome. Whatever it ends up being. It's going to be awesome. We can't forget about NXT.
Takeover is always good.
Always good.
NXT is good.
Yes. So it'll be exciting to see where NXT goes. I think we can both agree we're super excited. I'm so happy it's Mania season. It sucked for so long. But it seems like they're back at almost full strength. It just seems like everything's starting to go. Stories are starting to actually make sense. We'll still see how things go. We don't know where Dean, where Roman, and all of these guys are going to land, so it will definitely...
Stay tuned. It's going to be really good for the next month and a half.
I love it. I can't wait. I'm counting down the seconds for Mania. I think any wrestling fan right now is excited for that, and it's not even... We only have maybe 3 or 4 of the matches, so...
Yep.
And that's even theorized. We don't know. I think we'll see a lot of triple threats. That's because just to get all the talent on, you got to think Miz and Shane are going to be on there somewhere. I can name 15 matches that should be on it, but they can't. There's only going to be like 10, so it'll be interesting.
It's only a 6-hour show, people. Come on.
Only. But yeah, I mean, is there anything else specifically?
I'm good.
I mean,
I'm
that
just
was a
excited.
lot.
Josh says DIY is back.
Yes, that's a huge news. It's exciting to see that. I love them. I'd be perfectly fine for DIY versus the Revival at Mania. But I don't know how much time they would get, and that matters. But
yeah, no, I don't think they...
That's the thing that worries me, is all these matches are fantastic, but if they don't get the time, they're going to suck. I don't want to see any squash matches at Mania. I want to see wrestling matches. We watch all this storyline crap to get here. Let them do it in the ring. That's what I want. If you're going to make a 6-hour event, make it 6 hours of pure wrestling.
Yeah.
You don't need any more story. These are the end chapters, you know what I mean? You don't have to continue the story. Just finish it and move on from it.
Absolutely.
So I'm definitely interested to see where it goes. I'm excited. A lot of possibilities. So we'll see. We'll keep you posted. There's a lot today. Obviously, we were behind, so next week won't be so much. But we appreciate it. We're glad to be back for sure. I'm very happy.
I am very happy. I've been waiting for this for all day.
Yep, my laptop's fixed and all of that, so we're good. Excited to be back. Thank you, everyone who watched and posted on YouTube, probably by the end of tonight or tomorrow, one of the two. And then I'll reshare it so you guys can check it. I'll chop up some clips and send them to y'all. Swiss Army Nerds, that's on YouTube, also on Twitter, and also on Facebook. So check us out on there. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I guess we're out of here.
Yeah.
Peace.
Too sweet.